constantly talking to each other, right, and sort of building a union around one-on-one organizing conversations and around evolution of people's relationships with each other and the way that people are thinking collectively about the work that they do and about their place as workers within the university. And the strike and the experience of going through that produced that at points.
What you're doing when you have that kind of organizing culture is you're building power. And then, you can figure out how to use that power, but to some extent actually that power is an end in itself because it's empowering. But you can also use it to protect individuals who might be getting fired, to fight the kind of unit erosion that we see at NYU right now. So where people are being rehired as adjuncts. There is still work, but they say, but it's no longer distributed. The benefits that the union provided for students, for whomever they can marginalize. Mm-hmm. You can use it to prevent some of the worst healthcare cutbacks and so on. And of course, you might use it to win a second contract or to win the formalization of these kind of protections. I mean, you're up against the odds among graduate students who are so taught to refine their own opinion and to find a specific position and a sort of symbolic difference from their peers, that to work with people to actually represent what others are thinking and in a way to take their own particular investment back is, it's an ongoing challenge to the kind of roles that we're being socialized into as graduate students, intellectual.
So building a continuous organizing culture is also transforming the culture that's already there.
Absolutely. I mean, I think one thing that we're starting to look at is to be talking about labor organizing, specifically graduate student labor organizing, as one aspect of these multiple political relationships that, as graduate students and as anyone else involved in the university, are always kind of embedded and ensconced in. And so struggles don't just come down along the line of how much you're getting paid or how much work you're doing, but it's to think about the university as, every institution is a political site, but maybe as one that right now at this moment in the development of the way economics is and politically is an important site and one that's really contested. And so understanding that complacency or just kind of keeping your head down and getting your work done is a way of being politically engaged. It's already taking a position.
So let's move on and talk a little bit about the future of this particular struggle, if you'd like, but don't feel any pressure, or the future of the graduate employee movement.
The future that we're thinking about now, one of the campaigns that ROC has agreed to do is to take a stand against the NYU Abu Dhabi at the level of the fact that there's going to be migrant labor that's constructing that campus, and the migrant workers are primarily from South Asia, from countries like India, Pakistan, and Bangladesh. There are around 700,000, I think, of migrant construction laborers in the United Arab Emirates, and they are not afforded particularly good protections. The government doesn't enforce what laws are on the books, and the laws are often inadequate. There are no provisions for collective bargaining, and striking is punished by deportation. That's something that's happened before. So, ROC thought a lot about what to do and how our labor was involved in that, and the kind of tenuous connection, or I guess it's not very tenuous actually, but the connection that Professor Andrew Ross made was to think about that university site as a possibly tenureless site, because the administration's asking professors at NYU to do tours of duty over there, mainly adjunct faculty, and also they're thinking about getting labor from the region in the Middle East and also South Asia.
What are you, Antonio or something?